The Acolyte. Just one of another show on the Disney era of Star Wars that just bit the curb like that in 4K.
Yeah, but they got him.
What does that mean?
I liked him too.
Wait, what do you mean they got him?
And what was a better day to announce that it was cancelled rather than on Manny Jacinto's birthday? Manny Jacinto, who played the show's main villain and who's set to be on the next Star Wars celebration. Lil bro, up your pull-out game. Some people found it good, other people found it bad. With a majority of them who hating some certain types of people, certain groups of people, and seeing as the main character of this show is a black woman, I'll leave that for you to figure out. But for what was announced and revealed to be a darker show focusing on a Sith Lord or whatever, it did live up to that promise in a very cool twist that gave us our first scene of a Jedi and Osha bleeding a kyber crystal, which is something we've ever seen once and in one of the best Star Wars games ever released, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That also happened before the sequel trilogy, where Kylo Ren bled a kyber crystal but broke it, causing the whole unstable, crackly look that his lightsaber has in the films, in the sequels. The show revolved around May, Osha's twin, having a cold-blooded murder spree and going after a group of Jedi Masters, starting with Trinity, or Master Indara, who I guess could not go bullet time like Neo. And that event started the whole investigation of who killed the Jedi and who's May's master, who in a shocking twist turned out to be Kamir, aka the guy who looked like he was thirsty as hell for May every time we saw him.
Oh, hey there, Forrest.
Goo goo gaga. I want milk.
And I'm not finna lie, I can't blame him.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Then it's revealed that Osha and May are basically a 1 and 2, where their mother, which is this weird ass black magician, created life through magic or the force or whatever, if you will, and split them in two, where Osha and May's identities and attitudes are split in two bodies. Now, while it's quite confusing, it's still new lore introduced to the franchise. Plus, they finally showed Darth Plagueis in live action. That was the master of the Stranger, or Kimir. Probably stuff we would have seen a lot more in Season 2. Probably flashbacks to Plagueis training him.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
I don't think you guys walk away from this.
You just make sure people know what happened here today.
Or maybe just showing what he's been doing on that planet all that time. While we're at it, massive respect to Leslie Headland, who was one of the creatives behind the Acolyte, for taking huge risks on expanding the lore of Star Wars and building stakes without the fear of a high body count, which is something new to the Star Wars franchise. And I respect her for everything that she did with this show. And I don't see many people talking about this, but the cinematography of the Acolyte is like straight up stunning. There's like some shots I'm probably showing on screen right now that just look incredible. I really like what they cooked up with these shots. But one of the things that I think everyone, lovers, likers, or haters, can agree on is that the lightsaber action in this show is phenomenal. The type of stuff I would have liked to see in Ahsoka. And they got really creative with Kamir's fighting style, especially with this lightsaber disabler helmet or whatever. That looked pretty cool. And we also got the yellow lightsaber action live action finally. And Ahsoka, as of now, is the only live action Star Wars show renewed for Season 2, besides Andor. But yeah, that show is already filming, I think. It's at release, I think, next year. But thankfully, the Lando film is still coming, the live action Lando film with Donald Glover. And they have Donald Glover developing or producing it, so that's a pretty great sign, because Donald Glover is a creative genius.
Really makes sense. I have more Grammys than Will Smith, which makes no sense. But I have the same amount of BET awards as Sam Smith. Sense to you guys? Sam Smith are neck and neck at the Black Entertainment Television.
But pray for the Skeleton Crew, which is a show coming out this December, and I'm not sure if it'll get a Season 2. But that Mandalorian Grogu film seems to be doing good progress, so I'm happy for that. First few seasons were okay. No, not okay. Were pretty great. And the third season was sort of mid. But either way, I for one really like The Acolyte. I've seen a lot of people who hate it for the same reason that they hated the sequels. I like the sequels. I like the Rey Skywalker ending. But the first season of The Acolyte set up a lot of stuff for a second season, and I've said before, Darth Plagueis, May now working with the good side, and now Osha and Kimir now being master and pupil, and that could have been a way to introduce and show the beginning of the Knights of Ren, which is something like a long-running theory of Kimir, that his design and wardrobe really resembled the Knights of Ren, look. And that made people think that Kimir was the one to start the Knights of Ren. And even though we did not get that answered, it's still something that they could have shown in season 2. But I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm really happy that The Acolyte is now one of the recent Star Wars projects that hasn't been around or sit around the Skywalkers in some way, finally breaking that curse. Anyways, I'm disappointed about the cancellation of the show because I really like those characters, as I've said before. In the whole High Republic setting, that was really, really elegant. I really liked it. Kind of wish we saw a lot more of it, but it is what it is. Either way, I'm excited to see what the future of Star Wars holds, whether it's in movies, shows, or gaming. Well, sorta.